Right on. Welcome, welcome. Here we are. Welcome to Sam Roberts Now, back live in the flesh. What an exciting show that we have for you this evening. Happy Lonely Friday. What a time. What a time. And here we are. This is it. Sam Roberts Now. I hope everybody's doing great. The holidays are approaching, and we know the holidays aren't here unless Hot Dog is here. Hot Dog, yeah.
I am here.
Hot Dog's here.
I'm excited.
Yes.
I just woke up.
You nap time?
Nap time.
All right, there
Now,
it is.
Energy time.
We're feeling fresh. We're feeling dope. We're feeling fly. All kinds of words that mean good things. That's how we're feeling in Hot Dog. It is a big weekend, not just because the holidays are approaching, but because this is the weekend that, fingers crossed, holiday movie of 2022 is released. For the love of God, for the survival of cinema as we know it. Let's hope Avatar 2 is a success. Avatar 2, The Way of the Water, was released just today. It's the big movie of the weekend. And you know, I haven't seen it, but I haven't seen the first one either. But
What? Really?
No, I never seen the first Avatar. No.
The fuck?
No, it came out. It's only been 13 years. So I never saw, because I'll tell you why I never saw the first Avatar, because I didn't go to see it in theaters when it came out. And then, you know, my wife or whoever would be like, you want to see my wife? You want to see Avatar? Should we get Avatar? Like, should we stream it on Disney Plus or whatever? And I'm like, look, everything I know about Avatar tells me that it needs to be taken in with the theatrical experience. Oh, wait, hang on. I may have to take a call.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wait, do we have technical difficulties? Or
No,
please stand
yeah,
by?
sure. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, not a call. Technical difficulties. Good call, Hot Dog. Way to keep it professional. All right.
Let's put something on the screen.
Yeah, bear with me here. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Forgive that little interruption ski. Hang on, let me see if I can. There it goes. We're back. Don't even worry about it.
Yellow.
Don't
You
even worry
get
about a
fired?
thing. No, we're not fired. We're good. We're all good. No, every now and then a call ID shows up on the phone and you go, yeah, I better take that one.
Yeah.
All good. Good news.
It could have been like a SWAT. That would have been more fun and better for the show. If all of a sudden you see a whole SWAT team come to the basement.
I probably wouldn't have turned the screen off if that were the case. But yes, Hot Dog. It's a big weekend for a lot of reasons. One of them being Avatar 2. So I did not see Avatar because every time the opportunity came up, it would be like it was on the one of the streaming services, and everything that I've heard about Avatar is that you get lost in this amazing world, but it's not about the story, right? It's like Titanic. I mean, it's James Cameron. Like it's like Titanic in the sense that like the story is Titanic is a story. It's a terrible movie, but the visuals, the ship, the water, it breaks. That's where he gets you. So like this immersive world, to me, you know, I didn't find it worth trying, I guess, on the small screen. I don't. Have you?
It was like a roller coaster ride that was, of its time, and
you liked it on the small screen?
No, I hate Avatar with a passion.
Ooh, okay, because it seems to me so. All the reviews that I've read for Avatar 2 have been positive. And they've been like, holy shit, this is like mind-meltingly good. This is crazy to me, right? But it's all concentrating around the visuals and like just the insane immersiveness of the whole thing. So I'm interested in experiencing that. My gut is that I probably won't. I don't really have to see the first one to get out of the second one what I need to get out of the second one. But it is odd to me. And I don't know if it's like when the Yankees go to the World Series, everybody wants them to lose because they're the Yankees, because they're the perennial winner. Avatar 2 is designed to be a success. So for some reason, to me, it seems like people want this movie to fail. For some reason, like this sort of James Cameron resentment has started to build across the internet. Now, I guess that's just kind of what happens, but
I'm on that boat.
I don't know why. Like, it feels like we need blockbuster movies. Like, if these types of movies, not all of them need to work. I'm okay with the Marvel Cinematic Universe maybe taking a powder for a little while. I don't want it to be destroyed forever, but maybe we don't need a Marvel movie every 3 months, you know? But if giant movies don't work, they're not going to leave the theaters open so that smaller movies can keep getting released and make not as much money. Everything's going to go away. The industry, like we've built the industry up so far that we kind of need these movies to stay alive.
I don't want big movies to fail. I want them to survive and thrive. I just don't want Avatar to succeed.
So you it's not that you want big movies gone. You want specifically this one. What is your problem specifically with Avatar?
It's you touched on it earlier. It was a big fucking gimmick of a movie.
Right.
Nothing. I mean, I guess it's artistic in the sense of like fucking 3D. This is awesome. Whatever.
Okay, you can't say
which is lame.
But you saying that, just the way you said it, you were like it was as if you were giving it credit, but you weren't actually giving it any credit, right? I guess it's artistic in the sense that this is stupid. Like that's not fair to James. I'm with you. I'm a story guy. That's what I like out of everything. That's what I like out of my shows. That's what I like out of my movies. That's what I like out of everything. What's the story here? So the fact that these movies are not really, don't seem to be reliant on the story and are more about the technical achievement does not get me excited. I don't sit here and go, I pray for its demise, but it doesn't, I know you do, but it doesn't, I'm not excited by the thing where it's like, oh, let's all pay a bunch of money to see this technical achievement. Some people are. Some people love it. But it's like, you know, if I go to a museum, right, and I look at a painting, some people will say, you got to understand, the thing this person did with brushstrokes is incredible. I go, yeah, but the painting sucks. So what difference does it make to me? I don't care if he figured out how to turn a piece of broccoli into a paintbrush. If the painting sucks, use a brush. Just use a regular brush. We got him, right?
Yeah. The end product needs to be good. And I feel like that entire movie, if you're going to show off the fucking scale of how amazing 3D technology is in 2009, make that like a fucking technical exhibition or whatever somewhere. But it's not the whole movie. You can't quote a single line from that movie. You can't remember a single favorite scene from that movie.
You need quotables.
I'm just saying, there's nothing there.
So you like old school. You're like, so you're sitting there going like, I mean, like Avatar looked cool, but there was no, you're my boy, Blue. Like, where was that?
There's nothing memorable about that movie aside from the 3D. And once you're past the 3D, what else is there? Nothing. I
will say this. Maybe I should have seen the Avatar movie in theaters because the Disney World ride is unbelievable. It's so great. Avatar World in the Animal Kingdom is incredible to look at. And when you go on the ride, it's like one of those rides where there's a screen in front of you and the vehicle moves, you know? Mm-hmm. But like it's so crazy immersive and everything looks so beautiful and you're going through waterfalls and there's shit flying in the air and whatnot. And it's an incredible technical accomplishment. So there is part of me that goes like, yeah, this is probably a pretty cool thing to experience in theaters. Did you watch the first Avatar in a movie theater?
Yes.
Okay. And you left thinking that was a waste of my time.
I wasn't blown away because before that I remember 3D movies in the 90s when they tried to do it back then.
Okay, well, it's not just that it's in 3D. It's
that is all that there is.
No,
to it.
it's supposed to be what is done with 3D, because this movie's in 3D too, but it took 13 years before Avatar 2 came out after Avatar 1. Avatar 1 came out in 2009. And I actually was thinking that clearly this was supposed to come out much earlier than 13 years later. But can you imagine how frustrating it would have been for James Cameron during the pandemic, who was probably like, say, 85% done with Avatar 2? And then it's like, hey, maybe the movie theater industry is going away as we know it. And he's like, oh, what the hell? I've been spending a decade working on this Avatar movie, and now there's going to be no movie theaters? You got to be kidding me. So he's probably...
You know, I'm also rooting for it to fail.
This is a hot dog. This is not becoming of you to root for something like this to fail. This is not right. James Cameron, he gave us Terminator. He gave us Terminator 2.
Who does he think he is?
Wow. I mean, look. Top 3 grossing movies of all time. He's already got 2 of them.
What have you done for me lately?
Wow, 13 years ago, he did Avatar.
That is not lately at all.
But he did put Avatar back in theaters recently.
Okay, I'll put that as a kudos to him.
Yeah, what have you done for me lately? I re-released Avatar. What else do you want?
But the nerve of this guy,
right,
to not do anything for 13 years,
right,
and then announce we're gonna do Avatar 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all at once, as if the world needed 5 more of these movies.
Well, this is what he says about Avatar 3.
Basically 2.5 movies. So 2, 3, first part of 4, and then we posted 2, and now we're going to post 3, and so it won't be 13 years till the next one. It should if everything works out, it should be only another 2 years. So that's
okay. So we got 2 years. It's only going to be 2 years before Avatar 3. Okay, he's got a 10-movie arc he's got to tell. First of all, this coming from somebody who worships the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where they need...
I worship the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
You love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Where they have 700 movies and then 13 multi-season series, just so you can figure out who Hawkeye is.
Every single one of those things, or it was better plot than Avatar.
Well, look, Avatar.
You're gonna put that much money into a plot, you can't hire a couple of writers for...
Kate Winslet learned how to hold her breath for 7 minutes, dude. 7. She beat Tom Cruise's record for Avatar 2. She can hold her breath for 7 minutes underwater.
I want to see it.
All right, well,
I believe her.
Tickets are available. Avatar 2. Movie theater near you.
That's doing it all one cut?
I did wonder, with the amount of CGI that's in that film, why do you actually have to hold your breath for 7 minutes? Can't you just CGI the water? I mean, she didn't even look like Kate Winslet. She looks like a blue alien. You know, I don't know. I don't know why.
And I will really quick say that I also have another negative point on it, which is a big bias, is every single movie after Avatar came out decided they needed to be 3D. And I hated every single 3D version of every movie, that any comic book movie, anything that had nothing to do with 3D, Saw 3D, all this stuff.
They did release those movies in 2D as well.
If you wanted to see that movie, there were 20 different showings in 3D and 3 showings a day in 2D.
You know why?
Because they wanted to squeeze some cash in.
Boom. 3D movies cost more. Pay for that ticket, get the experience, pay the whatever. Yeah. Look, they're saying, I mean, some people are spreading the rumor around that Avatar needs to make $2 billion just to break even. There's no math that actually backs up that Avatar needs to make $2 billion to break even. But it does. I mean, it still looks insane. So it looks like Avatar 2 was made on somewhere between $300 and $400 million budget, which is more than Avatar 1 by a lot.
That's the same as The Rock's movie.
Which
they
one?
Didn't have all that fucking 3D bullshit.
Black Adam was certainly released in 3D.
Never mind.
But you have to double it generally for just other costs, advertising, all that stuff. So you are looking at needing to make up about $800 million to break even on Avatar 2, which is a tremendous amount of cash.
It's not going to do that. I think it's going to be a dud.
Dude, have you read any of the reviews? Everybody is like fawning over this thing. People are going nuts for
fucking
it.
boomers. Oh, look at the 3D technology.
I've
Turn on a PlayStation. We're there already.
You think Avatar 2 is the same graphics as PlayStation? That James Cameron spent the last 13 years doing the same shit that you have on PS5.
Those Japanese people got it on lock.
I think that you may. I don't know. Look, Avatar 1 is at $2.9 billion. That includes the re-release and everything.
All time. Yeah.
That's the number one all time. It beat out Endgame. Endgame has $2.7 billion, which this movie doesn't have the buzz that Endgame had. This movie doesn't have the build, the multi-film build that Endgame had. And
any story.
Titanic, well, there's a story. It's just been told in a ton of different movies. Titanic, $2.1 billion is the third highest grossing movie of all time, which again was a phenomenon. But if there are enough people out there going, oh my God, my life has changed, you got to see this Avatar movie, I don't see why this thing can't sneak up and take it. People like James Cameron. Some people hate him right now. I get it. But there is this innate thing that this is what it's going to come down to. Do we want James Cameron to succeed and continue to be the king? Or is this the time when the general public decides to dethrone James Cameron? Because as much as people like to blow somebody up, they like to push them right back down. So that's what it comes down to. A week ago, if you had asked me, I would say Avatar 2 is not going to work. But I've been watching reviews most of this afternoon, and I don't mean they're generally pretty good reviews. I mean every review that I've seen or read talks about this thing in the most glowing of terms. Now, they're all saying the same thing about the visuals. There is no review that doesn't mention the visuals. But they're also talking about the action in it, how James Cameron is back as this incredible action movie director. Because he is an incredible action movie director. I mean, Terminator and T2 are unreal. So they're saying like the last 45 minutes just slaps on slaps on slaps. I don't know. I haven't seen the film. I feel like maybe I should, but I don't know.
Those reviews were part of the marketing budget.
You think they're all bought and paid for?
Hell yeah.
You're a cynical bastard. You know that? I don't know if anybody has ever told you that, but you are a cynical bastard. And I don't know why you want failure. I don't know why you want this movie to not work, but it's ingrained in you. You want this guy to spend 13 years making a movie that doesn't work. And is it because...
Smug. Because it's smug.
Is
I think it's the same thing is going to work 13 years later is very smug.
Tell me what you are most offended by. The idea that 13 years later, he's doing this sequel, or are you offended by the fact that before we even look at the success of part 2, before you have given the world a chance to answer if they want a second Avatar, we've already announced we're doing a third one and a fourth one. Is that the part that bothers you, Hot Dog?
Yeah, it's something about like a prophecy that's already been set. Even before Avatar 1 came out, people were like, this is going to be the highest grossing movie of all time. And I don't like narratives like that set before the movie comes out. So then to go ahead and be like, we're going to make 6 more of these and we're going to spend $400 million, 13 years. I'm not going to do anything else. James Cameron is now just Avatar. He's not making any other bangers.
That's what he likes. He likes the Na'vi.
Yeah, I want it to be a sobering experience for that entire for all. You don't put this much money down on something that could just be a fucking exhibition in a museum or something.
But don't you think James Cameron has earned it? If anybody has earned it,
he earned one.
Okay,
and that was Avatar.
Okay, answer me this then, Hot Dog. Right now, Avatar: Way of the Water. 79% critics score. 94% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. 94% of the people going to see this movie. And that's what counts. When you go on Rotten Tomatoes, the audience score to me is the one that matters because that's the experience that you're going to have going into a movie theater. 94% of the Rotten Tomato users that have seen this movie are like, banger, we got another one.
I'm sure it will be good.
Oh, we're changing our tune.
No, I'm sure it will be good. Just because when you pump in that much money into something, it has to be at least good. But or theoretically, I guess.
Theoretically, there are plenty of movies that Cats had a ton of money pumped into it, and Cats was so bad it literally made you sick.
Yeah.
I watched you turn ill as you watched the film.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was what's his name? Wasn't that the Transformers guy who did Cats? Wasn't that Michael Bay or somebody?
Yeah,
it was, right?
Michael Bay.
And he's got some hits under his belt, but he ain't James Cameron. You know, I mean, I'm okay with it. People are saying it's mind-bendingly, life-alteringly good. So I'll go see Avatar. And the nice thing about Avatar is you don't even really have to write a script. You just spend all your time creating these amazing visual effects, and you know, it tricks all of us. I'm okay getting tricked.
I'm just not impressed by it.
It ain't tricking if you got it. You know what I mean?
Not impressed by the 3D.
It's more than 3D, hot dog.
What else? No, it's not. That's all. If Avatar 2 was like VR, and it was this mind-blowing thing, I give it a shot. But if it's another 3D venture, I'm not doing
VR.
It. Yeah.
What are you sitting there thinking that
that's the next step?
Metaverse? You think Meta is where we're going?
Yeah. If
you're more impressed with what Zucks has done with Meta than what James Cameron has done with film.
I don't know if you heard, but Zuckerberg added some legs now.
They got legs.
They got legs now.
Meta's got legs?
Yeah. So you might want to give it another shot.
I gotta see this metaverse. Well, okay, hot dog. All right. So that's Avatar 2. Tell me what you think of all the drama. Have you been keeping up with the drama that is surrounding the DC universe?
A little bit.
Okay, because this man right here, Dwayne The Rock Black Adam Johnson, he to me came in and he thought, okay, and it's more than he thought. He came in to take the reins on this thing. I don't know anything about this Black Adam superhero. It's streaming on HBO Max, I think, as of today. So I'm going to watch this on streaming because I did not go to the movie theater to see this. I'm sorry, DJ. I should have, but a lot of us didn't go see this, you know, compared to the amount of people they wanted to go see it. I don't know who Black Adam is. I guess he was supposed to be a villain in Shazam, but The Rock goes, no, I'm not doing that bullshit Shazam movie. No way. Black Adam is going to be his own movie. That's it. That's where he's going to debut in the DCU. And he goes, okay. So he makes this movie. He's a producer on the movie as well. But the idea is that, you know, The Rock's got so much power in Hollywood and everything that he's going to kind of kick the DCU in its ass. He's going to rejuvenate DC Comics films. And so he does this, and one of the ways that he does this is not only does he put out this Black Adam movie, which, by the way, has turned a profit. People are trying to besmirch the good name of the people's champion, The Rock, and it's not right. It's not fair what they're doing.
Was that including merchandise and stuff?
Well, yeah, sure. But sure, that's part of it. Yeah, I mean, look. Did he put the merchandise out to not make a profit? He's making a profit. Is the point?
Okay.
So enough tickets, action figures, lunch boxes, shirts with a lightning bolt on it. Point is, it's a profitable thing. It was a venture worth doing, okay? And I'm going to watch it, and I'll bet it's pretty good. The Rock is real good at movies. Don't try to tell me he's not. So The Rock goes like this. He goes, how about we put Superman in a mid-credits scene? Spoiler, but I got, people know. It's already had its theatrical run. There's no spoilers anymore. So The Rock goes, how about, we'll put Superman in the mid-credits scene. And they go, okay, but we don't have a Superman. And The Rock goes, what do you mean you don't have a Superman? And they go, well, we had Henry Cavill in the Justice League playing Superman, but we're done with him. And The Rock goes, The Rock says you're not done with him. And then the DCU guy goes, actually, we are done with him. And then The Rock goes, oh, okay, I understand. Hey, what was the name of the new Superman? And they go, well, and then The Rock goes, it doesn't matter what the name of the new Superman is. They go, oh, jeez, Ah, and they made the same face Jericho made on the Millennium Raw. Ah, he's so pissed. So pissed. Ironically, the executive from the DCU had a top pony too, just like Jericho. It was really weird. So he fights, and he gets DC to bring back Henry Cavill to play Superman in the mid-credits scene. This teases a Black Adam versus Superman movie, right? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where we're going with this thing. And I like that The Rock having a mind for pro wrestling and telling stories and teasing and all this stuff. It's the exact same thing that's happening in these superhero movies that are supposed to go movie to movie to movie. It's like going from pay-per-view to pay-per-view to pay-per-view.
They always reveal like the next villain,
right?
The next
exactly. It's like on NXT in the heyday of takeovers, when at the very end some surprise would jump out of the crowd, like the hottest indie star would jump out of the crowd, and you're like, oh shit, I better get the next takeover. Yeah. So that's what he's doing with these movies, right? And then around the same time, Henry Cavill, he quits or whatever. He walks away from The Witcher, which is a Netflix series that he was doing. He said, this is unrelated. This has nothing to do with playing Superman. There's just creative differences. I'm not going to be on that show anymore. Coincidentally, I'm going to start playing Superman.
And I believe that he did leave The Witcher. There was like a lot of public creative differences with him going back and forth.
Okay, but would he have left without the Superman gig?
Maybe, because it looks like it came down to him versus the writers, and it looks like the producers were leaning towards like the writers. But
then he was like, "Bitch, The Rock wants me to play Superman. I'm done. I'm out."
Okay,
maybe, but I don't know. It's all speculation. You could be right, Hot Dog. Yeah. You could be right, because he's not just going to leave a gig. It's not cut and dry. Clearly there were actually creative differences on that show. That's fine. Yeah. So then DC goes, hey, you know James Gunn? And everybody goes, yeah. He brought back the Suicide Squad somehow. Even though Suicide Squad was a disaster, he used his brain and he brought it back. And they go, yeah, well, we're going to make him in charge of the whole DCU. So they bring in James Gunn, who also is still doing Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and I think. He was brought in to head up the entire DC cinematic universe. Like he's the man there, right? And The Rock raised the people's eyebrow. He goes, huh? So the first thing James Gunn does, and look, you have to know, if you're going to come in and take over a comic book cinematic universe that is, goofed on a lot. Like, it's generally not working. You can get one movie out. You can get Wonder Woman Part 1 out, and it's good. You can't
get any momentum.
That's it. No momentum. You can't follow it up with anything. So, of course, this guy's got to come in and change everything and build it back in his own image. It's the only way to do it. Otherwise, it's insanity to try the same thing over and over again and expect different results. So he comes in. The first thing he does is he goes to Patty Jenkins, I guess, who's the Wonder Woman director. And he goes, hey, you're working on Wonder Woman 3? She goes, yep. He goes, no, you're not. She goes, huh? He goes, that's done. She's like, what? He's like, yeah. What? Wonder Woman 3's done. It's not happening. Which, terrible news for Gal Gadot. Terrible news for Patty Jenkins. They're working real hard on this stuff. But when you think about it, Wonder Woman 2 was a stinker. Wonder Woman was great. The first Wonder Woman was great. Wonder Woman 2, big-time stinker. So, it's not hard to believe that they wouldn't follow it up with a third one. It goes back to the momentum point. If they did a great first movie and the second one was a stinker, you go, okay, we got to retool this whole thing. You don't go like, all right, now let's do a third one. People didn't like the second one. We should just do a third one, right? So that's for step one. Then step two is I believe I have it here, is this. Henry Cavill sends to his 23.1 million followers on Instagram. I have just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it's sad news, everyone. By the way, Patty Jenkins posted something similar where she made it very clear that there was not a mutual agreement to not do Wonder Woman 3. She was told it's not happening.
Yeah. I got fired.
Right, that's it. So Henry Cavill says, I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to announce my return back in October, which is his way of being like, I didn't jump the gun on this. I did exactly what they told me to do. And then the studio was like, yeah, that was a different studio.
Yeah. Who said that?
Who said
The
that?
Rock?
Who? Prior to their hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. For those who have been by my side through the years, we can mourn for a bit, then we must remember Superman is still around. Everything he stands for still exists. I mean, all right. That's enough.
That's relaxing.
Let's okay. Superman's, let's all calm down. But a lot of people are now thinking that this may be political back and forth between James Gunn and The Rock. And this is a pickle for me because I like James Gunn. I like what he does. He comes from Trauma Films. He actually got me interested in the Guardians of the Galaxy. His version of the Suicide Squad was good. I mean, he brought John Cena in. Oh.
You think he's taking sides?
James Gunn brought John Cena in to the Suicide Squad and then got him a show on HBO. The Rock is over here going, well, I want to do it this way. James Gunn is going, me and my boy John Cena want to do it that way. We may be building to thrice in a lifetime. What do we think here? This could be big. Yeah, I mean, I think that there is very clearly a power struggle going on, but I don't know.
I think James Gunn has the bigger dick in here in this situation.
The Rock's got a big one.
he does, but I don't think he's gonna dictate the entire path of the DCU.
That's the problem is James Gunn turned the Guardians of the Galaxy into a major franchise, which nobody should have been able to do. Oh shit, he has Batista too.
He does have Batista.
He has Batista and Cena. He has basically
threat match.
He has almost the entire Ruthless Aggression era on his side, and that was a good era. Wait till he gets the SmackDown 6 in there. This is gonna be tough. Yeah, no. James Gunn turned the Guardians of the Galaxy into an incredible franchise. He brought Suicide Squad back from the dead, and he hasn't had any strikeouts. If he gets a strikeout, then maybe. And that's probably one of those Hollywood games. There are probably people out there waiting for him to have a strikeout so they can try to jump in and go, I mean, I tried to tell you it wasn't going to work. But
The Rock?
No. The Rock doesn't have time for that. No. The Rock's going to move on. The Rock likes to beat people with his successes. The Rock goes, okay, all right. You don't want to do that? You don't want to do it my way? Okay, I'll go do this over here. And boom, we got 3 seasons of Young Rock. Boom, we got this. Boom, we got that. Yeah, the Rock's not I don't think The Rock's going to fight Petty. They go, okay, all right. You want to go, James?
So Henry Cavill is out.
He's out. I'm assuming they want a younger Superman, and Henry Cavill's like 39, right?
Yeah. Gal Gadot is out.
Gal Gadot's out. Gadot.
But Urza Miller is still in.
Urza? His name's Ezra.
Whatever.
That's a good question.
He's still in.
Did Ezra Miller just outlast Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, and maybe The Rock? Yeah, that's the other thing. Are we getting more Black Adam movies?
I think just cut it out. Give DC a couple of years while he's trying to get things together.
You know what's gonna happen?
What?
James Gunn is gonna go, you know what I want to do for Black Adam? You know what would who would make a really good Black Adam? Vin Diesel.
Oh.
just to throw some spite in there. Yeah, I don't know.
You have to just start from scratch.
Yeah,
then
I mean,
you wanna get that-
I can't imagine Ezra Miller is going to be the one guy who makes it through. They're like, look, we need to have the Flash, and no one can be the Flash like Ezra Miller, who's out here throwing stools at people and holding people captive on his farm. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know that that's a risk worth taking.
But I'm saying this includes The Rock. Like The Rock needs to go too. There's a whole stink.
So you think that you think the only thing that survives is Suicide Squad and everything starts from scratch?
I don't even think Suicide Squad.
He did it though. It's James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
No, it did well. It was great. I'm just saying.
John Cena's gonna stay.
Okay, but with the universe, I mean, if they're gonna.
What about
have it scheduled,
what about emo Batman?
No, emo Batman stays.
Okay, all right, good.
Yeah,
emo
He
Batman stays. Okay,
yeah, because he's not part of the DCU
yet.
I hope they don't introduce that too soon. If they're gonna do it again, wait.
You don't
like
think emo
5, 6,
Batman
7
can join
years.
the Justice League?
No, emo Batman's like fucking solving riddles.
Well, that's only because his opponent was the Riddler. Like,
yeah,
he had no other choice. If his opponent had been the Penguin, which are they still doing the Penguin show, or did they cancel it?
I haven't heard about it being canceled.
Well, I haven't heard about them making it either. So
You don't know of them.
yeah, what's Twilight doing? What's Robert Pattinson doing? Yeah, I mean, you can't criticize Batman for solving riddles when the Riddler is destroying Gotham City.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you don't go from the Riddler to a Thanos type of character, world-ending.
That's Marvel.
No, I want it exactly. I'm saying they went too fast. That was their mistake originally. They had one Superman movie and then they went, let's do the Justice League, and all of a sudden Darkseid is here and the universe is in danger. Let's take it easy.
Take it easy.
Yeah. Develop each character.
Right.
How about Batman has 3 movies? Superman has 3 movies before you start, blending all these things in.
Yeah. There's just been so many of these movies. It's like, what if we just take a break from all of them for a while? Let James Cameron make Avatar movies just for a while. I'll tell you what
I would
movie.
still rather DCU than Avatar. Movies.
I'll tell you what movie I'm looking forward to.
Yes.
Trailer dropped. Teaser. Scream 6.
Already.
Scream 6 is coming March 23rd. March 10th. March 2023. March 10th, 2023. Scream 6 is coming. They dropped the trailer, the teaser trailer, right?
Did 5 come out this year?
It might have been the end of last year. Yeah. You can look up the date on that. But it was really good. Scream 5 was very good. I loved Scream 5.
2022.
What was the release date?
January.
Okay. So yeah, I mean 14 months
Okay.
to put the sequel out. It's not crazy, but it is quick. I'm with you that it is quick.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they
It's a
didn't
little worrisome.
you worry that they rush through writing a script when stuff like that happens. So hopefully they didn't, but here's the teaser that they dropped a day or two ago. Ooh. That's already scary music. Boom! Already I'm excited. What do we see, Hot Dog? What do we see? What skyline is that? That doesn't look like Woodsboro to me.
I can't tell. Is that New York? I can't tell from this angle.
New York City, baby. New York City. Ghostface is coming to New York, and I'm not talking about Ghostface Killer, but he is a Ghostface Killer. Scream 6, Ghostface Takes Manhattan, is coming. Boom. Halloween, I guess. It's interesting that this is Halloween themed and it's a scary movie and they're putting it out in March. In a city of millions. Oh boy. They're on a subway. By the way, is any franchise benefiting more from the fact that this Jenny Ortega has become like the it girl?
I love her.
You do?
Yeah.
Everybody loves her. Are you watching the Wednesday show?
I am not watching the Wednesday show.
It's Netflix's. It's their biggest opening weekend for like a dramatic show or something like that. I think 80 million hours were watched.
It's their biggest non-Korean opening.
It's their biggest opening that wasn't Squid Game, is what you're telling me. Yeah. Okay, people are dressed up like Ghostface because it's Halloween. Oh boy. Oh boy. Someone's getting murked on that train. Uh-oh. I mean, is that a spoiler? You think she dies right away? That's the move of Scream, right? Kill off an unexpected character very quickly?
Yeah, they do that, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. Scream 6. Ghostface Takes Manhattan. It's my favorite Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. Except it wasn't Manhattan, and they spent almost the whole movie on a boat.
We can only hope it's half as good as that.
I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure it will be at least half as good as Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. It's got the filmmakers back from Scream 5, which is good. What they did in Scream 5, which was excellent, was they paid homage to the originals, right? They were back in Woodsboro. They went back to Stu's house. They had the original surviving characters come back. What the original surviving characters were doing was making sense. But then they also introduced an entirely new cast. So they were able to transition out of the old and into the new. And the new cast is actually like likable. Like you're like, okay, I watch these people in a movie, and it allowed us to go like, okay, now the Scream universe can kind of continue. Now, this is a little bit controversial because, of course, Sidney Prescott survived Scream 5, right? Sidney Prescott, Neve Campbell's character, the final girl of Scream. But, and there's a big but, apparently they offered her a hot dog and a handshake to do Scream 6. And she said, no, I know my value. I'm not doing it for that money. And they're like, well, then you're not doing it. And she's like, well, then I'm not doing it. Neve Campbell's not in Scream 6. It's the first Scream that she's not taking part in at all. Neve Campbell's not a part of Scream 6.
Is the character's not getting recasted?
Please, God, no. I mean, if they recast Sidney Prescott all these years later, we're almost 30 years deep in this franchise, and they're like, no, that's Sidney right there. You're like, no, it's not. Yeah, that's her. Yeah, of course it is.
You got a different hairstyle.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
It's Jennifer Love Hewitt. They just take somebody else from Party of Five. They're like, yeah, it's Sidney. What are you talking about? Yeah, no, I can't imagine they're going to recast her. And Gail Weathers is in this. Courtney Cox is coming back for it.
I mean, you need her.
It's the only two surviving cast members from the original 3. Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox. I mean, yeah, you need her. I would say that Sidney Prescott is probably more important to Scream than Gail Weathers.
We had the discussion before. We're talking about you're talking about the characters. I'm talking about the actors.
Courtney Cox is not barely even famous anymore.
But she's still still much bigger.
They got Jenny Ortega.
I mean, who knows how long they have her in?
You seen the dance that she did that everybody memed?
I'm sure she's in there for like 5 minutes.
Who, Courtney Cox?
Ortega.
She's the star of the movie. What the hell are you talking about?
Is Ortega in there for long? Oh, okay.
She's from Scream 5. She's one of the surviving cast members of Scream 5. She's a final girl. She's the new Neve Campbell. Are you telling me that your prediction for Scream 6 is that not only is there no Neve Campbell, because who cares? Everybody's just there for Gail Weathers, but Jenny Ortega is in for 5 minutes. So we have none of our final girls.
Things to do now.
God damn it, Hot Dog. You are coming across as an ignorant fool tonight.
You know what? This is giving Halloween Kills vibes.
It's a teaser. What do you mean vibes? No, it's not.
Like,
Halloween Kills stunk.
No, yeah. Something about the fact that they just automatically turned this around in 14 months is giving very much a
maybe they had the idea in their heads while they were doing Scream 5, like
as they
James
did for
Cameron. Halloween, first of all, Halloween went through multiple people. It's not the same team that did the Halloween remake did not do Halloween Ends. It went through multiple hands. This one is the same people who did Scream 5. And get this, this is big. Hayden Panettiere, who was in Scream 4, which was the original, not a reboot, but when, they did a sequel years and years later, they did Scream 4, which was all right, probably the weakest of the series. Hayden is in Scream 6. So now they're tying it into Scream 4 as well. Whereas like Scream 5 was more like really, not that Scream 4 didn't happen, but it was really focused on like the original trilogy, and now here we are. Scream 6 is tying Scream 4 in. So it seems like they're going to put a bow on it, but they got no Sydney. Hello, Sydney. We want Gail. It's ridiculous what you're saying.
I'm going to stand up and cheer in the movie theater when she shows up on the screen.
I also, look, it's weird that they're not in Woodsboro. All 5 movies have taken place in Woodsboro. That's where the Scream guy is. That's where Ghostface goes. He goes to Woodsboro. So the idea that they're going out of Woodsboro is a big risk. That said, I can't imagine. We've done as much as we can possibly do in that town. So, I'm okay. And if there's any city in the world that Ghostface could go on a murder rampage and get away with it, it's probably New York City.
I'm sure you can kill a bunch of homeless people and no one will notice.
At this point, well, I don't know if he's going to kill homeless people, but yeah. So it's the same filmmakers that did that movie Ready or Not, which was great. And they did Scream 5, and now they're doing Scream 6. Okay. And it's going to be, I have high expectations. I think it could be very good. But I'm the only thing, I'm not really concerned with their lack of being in Woodsboro. The only thing I'm concerned with is the lack of Neve Campbell. And I wonder how she feels now that the trailer's coming out. If she's like, I should have taken the hot dog and the handshake. Or if she's like, yeah, try it.
The formula's changing a lot. That's all I'm saying when I think it's not, it might be.
You mean no Neve Campbell, new location, not a lot of time between the movies. You're like, there's a lot of elements at play here. It's going to take a lot of work to make everything go smoothly.
A lot of indications, yeah. That things could go wrong.
But look, there aren't any bad Scream movies. So, yeah, but I'm not a cynic like you. I'm not going to go in cynically. I'm not going to go in with a bad attitude like you. Historically, I'm going to go like, look, they haven't missed yet. Why do what makes me think that all of a sudden they're going to start missing? That's not right.
I go to movies sometimes with a bad attitude, and then I leave pleasantly surprised. I set the bar low. I go, this is going to suck.
Right.
And then it doesn't suck, and I'm like, oh, wow.
Didn't suck. I'm glad they could impress you. Yeah, Jenny. So, yeah, because Jenny Ortega, like, in one fell swoop, she did Scream 5. Then she did that movie X, which was great. Now she's and I guess she was a Disney star before that. Now she's in Wednesday, and everybody's obsessed with her. Back for Scream 6. I'll tell you what. Scream 7, if they do a sequel to this movie, they're going to be able to pay Neve Campbell all she wants because Jenny Ortega is going to be so expensive to get to do this movie. Let's just bring Neve back. Hopefully. Hopefully it's good. I hope so. I really do.
And hopefully Avatar bombs. Positive energy, negative energy. Balance. Yin yang.
So it just evens out to nothing.
Yes.
just a total void.
Have you have a great time watching Scream 6 when it comes out, and I hope you have a miserable time watching Avatar 2 this weekend.
I bet Avatar 2 is a great experience.
Yeah, the 3D is great.
You know what's really been intriguing me that I want them to make a movie about? Whatever the hell is going on behind the scenes at Good Morning America.
GMA 3.
GMA 3. So I didn't know that GMA 3 was even a thing. I don't know what that show is. I didn't know there was a GMA 2. I think that numbering it like that is not a good thing. You know,
stupid. It's the third hour of GMA.
but when
just call it GMA.
When you call it GMA 3, it's like, oh, this is the third best GMA. So like when the headline said GMA anchors are having an affair, I went, whoa, who's Stephanopoulos with? And then they go, these two hosts of GMA 3. I was like, oh, third stringers. Like immediately. I don't know if they're the top of the heap or not. I don't watch
Like
this.
I thought of like MTV2 or something like that.
And you're like, oh, okay, they're not quite ready for prime time. I got you. GMA developmental. Still good. But so these two right here, that's Amy Robach and that's TJ Holmes. Now these two, I mean, they have this wonderful chemistry together and they're co-anchors on the show. And it's actually very funny because most of the time you think like co-anchors secretly hate each other, right? Like Ron Burgundy and
happens a lot.
Right. You think that they're just putting on this like insane happy face, like the video for Black Hole Sun, while the cameras are on, and then immediately the cameras are off, they hate each other. This was the opposite. These two were having so much fun on the air together because they were carrying on an affair. Reportedly, this is what was going on. That they say that these two are married, and even though they're married, they began to fornicate. Now, I read in one of the things that I was reading, trying to get to the bottom of all this, because a lot of people are obsessed with it, that they were both separated from their spouses before they started their relationships.
Bullshit.
Yeah, which seems like super convenient. Just incredibly like, oh, thank goodness we're both separated but not divorced.
What, you're getting divorced? I'm getting divorced.
No. Not even that. Just separated. Oh, me too.
Yeah, let's bang.
You know what? Sometimes when co-anchors both get separated from their spouses, it's because their spouses find out that they're sleeping with each other.
Yes.
and that's why they go, well, we don't want to live with you anymore because every morning you go to work with the person that you're sleeping with instead of me, so we should separate. That's possible. I'm saying it's possible.
They went, don't worry about it, we're separated. And no one bothered to follow up with, why are you guys separated?
Why? And they're like, personal. There's certain matters of infidelity that we won't discuss. So, whatever. So, I mean, I think it's great. And then, all these articles. Apparently, this GMA 3 is a very sexy show because all these articles are now coming out that this fella right here, TJ Holmes, that he had carried on relationships with like another producer, that he had multiple relationships with people that he works with. At one point, somebody told him not to shit where he eats, but he was chewing so loud in the bathroom stall that he just didn't hear them and just decided, what'd you say? Shit where you eat? You got it, dude.
That man's an idol. I look up to him.
You like that he's just hooking up with everybody at work.
I'm trying to be like you, bro.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be like you. So,
hey, don't let marriage get in the way of,
a good time.
Yeah.
So, GMA, they put him back on the air. Like this scandal breaks like 2 weeks ago, and they put him back on the air for one day, and it's a Friday. And I guess rumors had been speculating, and they didn't say anything about the scandal except they made jokes on the air about like, oh boy, can't wait for this week to be over. And one of them was, TJ was like, I don't know, I've loved this week. It's been so easy for me. And like,
it wasn't rumors at that point. There were pictures all over the place and they were trending.
Nice.
That Friday morning.
Nice.
So everyone knew about it.
Nice. TJ was like, yup.
There's videos of him smacking her ass when she's bending over and all that stuff. In 4K. Like, they've really got him.
But the phones on these cameras now are just so good. But so, yeah. And then after that Friday, GMA takes them off the air. And they go, they're on hiatus, pending investigation. We have to investigate what's going on. Pending investigation. Maybe they'll be back. Maybe they won't. But they're on hiatus right now.
Were you fucking her?
Pending investigation.
Yep.
Yup. I mean, and I'm sitting there watching this. And now, like, all these videos are coming out that are just ridiculous. That are just like looking at them. This is like the compilation of, look, the signs were always there. This is on TikTok. Oh, you could tell. Did you see how he almost backed up into her? You could tell. How about this?
What are you trying to say? No.
Welcome back. We're so happy you're here on this Friday.
I was gone just a couple days. I kept getting messages from her. Seriously, the last couple days.
And they go, a lover's quarrel? And you're like, this is literally the banter that's on every single news show. And now you're just contextualizing it with, they're fucking right. Like, it's
there
not.
was one, I don't know if you got the clip where like they're having like a Twitter a Q&A or whatever, and she said something to like something like, hey, like, we are both finishers, and she looks at him in a kind of cutesy way, and then he just rolls his eyes, and then you go like, hindsight.
I know what they were talking about. I know what you guys were talking about. Yeah,
you got it.
I mean,
you got the gist.
Dude, this is what drives me crazy about it. That this is the whole vibe of these news shows are like work wife, work husband vibe, where it's this kind of unspoken sort of flirtiness with the guy and the girl. But the minute that you find out that it's real, you're like, oh no, I don't want that on my TV. They said on ABC it was too much of a distraction. Too much of a distraction.
That's why I'm tuning in.
That's what I'm saying. Every single thing that they say, you're going to be like, oh, I know what that means. Like,
Black Twitter was tuning into GMA 3.
They loved it.
They love that story.
They loved it.
Hood Clips on Instagram is just, I've never seen these two ever in my life, and now they're just all up in the feed. This is amazing PR.
I've never heard of them. But all I want to do, you tell me what channel they're on. I'm watching these two. Because I want to know if they're moody with each other. Oh, boy. I know they're mad about something. Ooh, I guess last night.
Today Show and like Fox and Friends and all those people are like, what do we need to do? Do we need to start fucking each other?
That's the only reason anybody has ever watched Morning Joe. Because they want to see, because they know Joe and Mika. I know what you guys do. That's the only reason that anybody's ever watched that show. Ever.
The Fox and Friends people might have an MMF.
That's all you, dude.
I'd tune in for that.
That's all you. But you know what I mean? Like, they want this, like, are they or aren't they work wife, work husband flirtiness to exist on the air and let, all the housewives' minds go wild. But the minute it's confirmed, oh, they are. Are they or aren't they? They are, for sure. They're like, oh no, let's get them out of here. I mean, why? Because they're committing,
cheated on their spouses.
They're committing infidelity.
That's the hot part.
You like that? But I mean, it's just like, what guys, what do we put them back on TV? That's all anybody wants to see. What are we doing here? All anybody wants to see, it becomes a soap opera. You don't even care what they're talking about. I've never heard of these people. If you said, how many hours is GMA? I'd go, I don't know, something between 1 and 9. I have no idea how long that show is. I just assume if you turn on whatever channel it's on, 2, 7, I don't know. If you turn the channel on in the morning, it'll be on.
Is that CBS?
I don't know.
NBC. NBC's today.
NBC's today. I know that.
All right, so CBS.
With Bryant Gumbel. I know that.
Maybe it's ABC.
ABC sounds right.
Yeah.
Dude, you put them on GMA 1. That's what you do. You don't take them off GMA 3 and sit them at home. You got the hottest thing on television right now. You move them up from GMA 3 to GMA 1. And you let
that bump, that push.
Come on. You let the world, let this play out. What else are we watching for? What the hell else are we watching for? It's finally something interesting is happening on one of these shows. That's not like this weird, cheesy, manufactured thing. This vibe that we've been trying to recreate year after year after year after year on all these dumb news shows is finally happening organically. Let's play it out, dude.
They grabbed the brass ring.
They were like, we want kind of a work wife, work husband dynamic. Can you guys do that for us? And they were like, yeah, we can. You ain't seen nothing yet. They went above and beyond.
Yeah, who the fuck is on GMA 2?
I've never.
They have 2 so far, and they haven't been bumped down to 3 yet.
These 2 should be at least on 2, if not 1.
And
they don't even need guests. Just let them read the news. And then we're just sitting there trying to read their body language. Oh, they're mad today.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't read the news. I actually just talk about your days. Maybe, have one episode where you guys talk about how you guys first cheated on your spouses.
I'd like to hear about that.
I would like to hear all of it now.
But I mean, you can tell that that there's money being left on the table because there are articles coming out today. It's been 2 weeks. There's articles coming out today that they're like, oh, I saw Amy Robach and TJ Holmes. Get this, hot dog. Wait till you hear this. I read the article in the Daily Mail. They were walking around New York City together. They were smiling and then stopped and had lunch.
I saw a photo with her arms around them.
Oh my, the scandal.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got reports going on when they're eating lunch, let's put them on. You got them signed to a contract. Put them on your TV in the morning, dude.
What would Vince McMahon do?
He'd make him get married by Eric Bischoff on pay-per-view. But we're still married. God damn it. I don't care. Yeah, of course. Well, the integrity of the news, it's too much of a distraction. A distraction? The whole show is a distraction. Have you ever seen any of those morning news shows? It's all distraction. It's just bright colors and transitions praying that you won't change the channel. Everything is a distraction. There's nothing on the show that's not a distraction. So yeah, we have the greatest distraction on network television. Let's broadcast it. I don't know.
We just want to tell the news.
What do I know? What do I know? Well, look, let's get to some of these super chats. If you want to participate in the show tonight, then super chat in and be a part. Every super chat will get acknowledged here for the holidays. Of course, we missed last week's Sam Roberts Now because Hot Dog and I were in Orlando shooting an interview with the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. You can see that interview.
Dope shit.
Doing dope shit. You can see that interview on the Notsam Wrestling YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/Notsam Wrestling, that interview is up. It's great. It looks great. It's a great conversation. You will love it. All right, let's go to these super chats. If you want to super chat in, if you want to be a part of tonight's show, if you want to be acknowledged, super chat in. Six Crow, thanks for another show, Sam. Appreciate you. No, Six Crow, we appreciate you.
Another one.
Another one. Grim Reaper, happy Lonely Friday, Sammy Boy, Hot Doge. Come on, man. Come on, man. Peoples Hernandez. I went to Arby just for a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm in a goddamn hurry. Poodlerific. Hashtag Team Hot Dog gets treated to a Florida hotel room next trip. He ain't getting shit next trip. He's getting less next trip than he did this trip.
Why?
He ain't even getting, because everybody wants to make a scene. Oh, treat him right. Treat him right. You're not even getting lunch next time. Okay? How do you like that?
It's a great narrative, but I don't know why you're taking it on me.
You better eat before you show up.
I don't know why I'm getting punished for.
You're putting them all up to it. Whedon, okay, I like this one. Hot Dog is really gaining an unhealthy amount of weight.
I'm not. I'm not. It's the angle.
No,
I lost weight.
It's true. No, Whedon's right. We're all very concerned. Justin Lopeman Dobson, thank you very much. Appreciate you. B Herb 76 sending holiday cheer for Hot Dog, who is taking a beating in the chat tonight. Did you see that?
Yeah, I've been looking at it the whole time. They're with Forrest Whitaker eyes.
What have they been saying?
They have Forrest Whitaker eyes.
Oh,
Well,
they were saying
a
that
little bit of a lazy eye. I understand.
They were saying that last week too.
Every week.
There's probably something to that.
Well, what am I supposed to get checked out? I am who I am.
Show up with sunglasses, probably.
Yeah.
Ernie from Colorado, tell whoever uploads the YouTube videos to please upload the clip of Mateo Lang singing Les Mis to you as you fawn over him. I'm surprised that's not on YouTube. I mean, it's on other socials.
Who uploads the videos to Jim and Sam?
I guess.
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean, you know who uploads the Invisible Man? They don't get what videos.
Yeah.
There's nothing to upload. Zatoichi's Kane Sword. If it makes Hot Dog feel better, I kind of look like Sam IRL. Please, you should be so lucky. Kevin, aka Lumford and Son, says Hot Dog is the Jerome to Sammy's Morris Day. Morris Day, yeah, I'd say that's true. I'd say so. I think that's right. All right, guys. I appreciate all you guys chiming in. What do we got? Yeah, next Friday. We'll be back next Friday before the holidays.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Until then, maybe we'll watch Avatar. I'm going to cheers with you later. Have a good one, everybody.